Kaylin almost. Oh, not really. Kaylin doesn't know much.
Yeah, so, like, as far as I know, you just appeared on the planet one day.
Yeah, I know.
You're like a Matt.
Well, well, this is the Afterthoughts, guys. Welcome to Thought and Theology episode 18, I think.
Conspiracy afterthoughts.
Conspiracy Afterthoughts.
Jack has left.
Jack has definitely left.
He has disappeared.
He's gone to get ready for a rodeo.
He put his cowboy boots on and he boot scooting out of here.
Oh, fucking nice. That man's a legend.
We should. This is one of the episodes that we should have recorded, like with the camera.
Yeah,
because we're all dressed like I've got like a pink shirt on.
Yeah, I've got a cardigan and a Mount Hotham shirt on.
we could have been wearing like alpha hats.
Yeah.
Jack's got like a VB jumpsuit on.
Yeah. Well, next episode we'll get the tinfoil on and I'll get my actual camera on so we'll have some quality footage.
Yeah.
And I'll just match up the recording with the audio.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah. Next episode, which will probably be Are you working Sunday?
Sunday.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. No.
Well, if Jack can come on tomorrow, we can do another one tomorrow.
Oh, I've got Game-a-thon.
Game-a-thon.
And then I've got to figure out a way to get to the gym if I can tomorrow.
Okay. What about Monday, like after work? Are you busy after work?
Or no, next week. We're going Friday next week.
It says up there on the calendar. Friday I am in charge, I think. I can probably do it like after work.
We'll figure it out sometime.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
It's better. I think it's better to save it.
Yeah.
As like something that we can all do on like a day off.
Yeah, but I'm not going to power through like post. I'm going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, like these two will post together though because it's an afterthoughts. But
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, it'd be like something cool to save.
Yeah, true.
I think it'd be cool to have like a day where we can all like drink.
Yeah. I don't really like drinking, but yeah, we can do that.
That'd be pretty funny.
Yeah.
You don't have to drink. You can just be Matt. You can be like the guiding voice. And you can have like Jono on.
Oh, I love that Jono on. Oh, we
Jono,
fucking
Jack.
and
do like
have to get
deep conspiracy thoughts.
Yeah,
we could do like a fight companion / deep conspiracy thoughts.
Oh, that'd be so good for the next UFC.
Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So you wanted to talk about my backstory?
Oh, I don't know what we're talking about, to be honest.
I actually really hate talking about my backstory.
Well, you don't have to talk about your backstory then, Matt. So you don't have to post it on YouTube so that
No, that's right. Well, they can hear it for one. I just don't like... It sounds weird, but it takes a lot of effort for me to talk about myself.
Yeah.
I really don't like doing that. But like,
I think that's why I'm on, because I like talking about myself.
Do you?
That's a bit of my backstory. I don't know if I should talk about that, but my whole family, my whole family's like, I didn't have the best upbringing despite my parents' best intentions.
Yeah.
So they had a very bad relationship together.
Yeah.
There's some bad stuff there. But like my whole family struggled with their mental health. Like my brother's, they think he's schizophrenic, depressed.
Yeah.
He's like a drug dealer, been in jail, antisocial personality.
Yeah.
You know, colourful character.
Yeah.
Love him to death.
Yeah.
Like my sister's like struggled with suicide.
Yeah.
Been in therapy and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a period like in like year 11 and 12 where I was super depressed, and then there was like a period where I just wanted it to be all over.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff. And so like I had a lot of time to think. And so I'm always happy to talk about like my experiences and talk about like my thoughts on life. That's why I always wanted to run a podcast.
Yeah.
So because I think it can help other people think about, you know, who have gone through the same thing and don't want to talk about their own life, their own problems. So I'm always happy to like just talk about me and philosophy and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good conversation. I think men are always wanting to do podcasts, I think, and it's weird because I think that's an excuse to talk about ourselves.
Yeah.
Just sort of, we go talk about a podcast, and it's like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Not like, I go to a therapist. No one thinks that's cool.
Yeah.
But it should be.
Yeah. This is a useful formula of therapy.
Even if no one listens to it, I think it's good for blokes. Even if they have a podcast, they have to put a microphone in front of themselves at least, and they could talk about it.
Yeah. Like from my perspective, it tackles the anxiety I have when I talk about certain things about myself.
Yeah.
Because I just
I think it's good. It's just an excuse to talk to people.
Yeah.
Because when do you get that time? Like, you're not going to talk deep about yourself, and at the bar, you're not going to, I think the podcast gives people an excuse to have those like, you know those deep, meaningful conversations out bush that you have?
Yeah.
You're like sitting around, you're like looking up at the stars, like down at the river or whatever, and you've got a beer in hand, like
Yeah.
by a campfire.
Yeah.
I think podcasts give people that thing, especially for a lot of people who live in the city and might not be able to do that.
Yeah.
Might not have ever seen a star in their entire life.
Yeah.
Like gotten out into a good country, you know.
A natural setting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can just go to their friend's apartment, sit around a table,
True.
talk about, you know, how well. I think it's a medium.
It is a good medium.
It's a medium.
Mm.
So yeah, I always like talking about.
Yeah, life.
Yeah.
Mm.
Because that's what helped me. Podcasts helped me when I was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you started another podcast before, or?
No.
I mean, as a podcast, you listening to podcasts?
Yeah.
Saying, yeah.
Yeah, because it was like an
outlet.
Yeah.
Oh,
You just sit there and like you're almost having a conversation with someone.
Yeah. Uncle Joey Diaz.
Yeah.
Mm.
Joe Rogan. I used to listen to it. I still listen to that a lot.
Yeah.
When listening to, I used to watch all the clips.
Yeah.
You know, I like watch the long form.
Yeah.
So in preparation for this, I've been like coincidentally as well, watching Alex Jones and Eddie Bravo.
I love Alex Jones.
I love. Yeah. Him and Eddie Bravo's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Like 4 hours of Eddie Bravo just
Yeah.
puts a smile on your face.
It'd be so good.
People like that are important. I think
Yeah.
to have around you. People who are going to challenge you
Yeah.
and be like, challenge what you think. I think it's
Yeah.
always good.
Even if they're ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting because like a lot of the stuff that they bring up on the podcast ends up coming out
Kind of true.
as being true.
Yeah.
You're like, well, if that's true, how much of this other ridiculous stuff is true?
Yeah. That's Alex Jones telling the frog's gay.
Yeah.
Well, he wasn't quite right. They were just changing gender. It was due to like, yeah,
Yeah, I think frogs can just do that though.
yeah, naturally, but like this, the environment that was created encouraged that.
Yeah.
Encouraged that change.
Yeah. I wonder if there was an effect in society with like lowering in testosterone, whether that would have an effect on people like becoming transgender and people becoming gay or like more feminine, certainly.
Yeah, I think well potentially, yeah.
Or like a society that's more catered towards being more feminine and softer, whether that would affect
Yeah.
whether all that, yeah.
I think
Like
that's
what comes first, the chicken or the egg type
yeah.
question.
I think that also might be a product of society more than actually what we're consuming, or like
Deep state government psyop.
yeah, psyop. No, because like currently we're in like an environment where it's safe to be a soft person.
Yeah, well, in the Western world,
Yeah,
not anywhere else.
And we celebrate women a lot more than men in the West.
Yeah,
Like Go Girl is.
I think it's like a. I think it's a, like a, almost like a rebound thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because stereotypically in history, but in other places in the world right now, they, you know, like Iran and stuff, very detrimental towards women. I think we then have to, you know, put that even higher
Yeah.
just to like compensate for it.
Yeah, which is probably the wrong way to go. Trying to compensate is probably the wrong way.
Yeah, try and push it too far.
Yeah, I'll actually like
You seen the crazy stuff that's happening in like Iran?
what's happening at the moment.
Like all the women that are like protesting for women's rights over there,
Yeah.
and, like they're disappearing and being killed.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So soon we'll have like no women to reproduce with.
They'll find some
They'll find AI.
underage women.
The underage.
Whatever.
one.
That's right. Yeah.
I believe it though. Definitely would happen. Especially in like a country like that. What's what was I gonna say? Fuck, I don't know. Jack's free Monday. We might have to do it Monday. We'll discuss it another time.
Do it on the weekend.
Yeah.
Is Jack free on the weekend?
I'll have to ask and figure that
Oh,
out.
actually, no. Next weekend's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's going on the show.
I'll see if Jono's free too Monday if we do it Monday.
That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Get
But
the
depends what time. 'Cause I gotta go to work Tuesday morning.
No, we could probably do it. Oh, it'd have to be like, because I'll have jiu-jitsu at 6 till 7.
No jiu-jitsu, badminton.
Well,
I do jiu-jitsu
I haven't
on
gone in
Monday.
like 2 weeks because of like work and
Yeah, because I'm not pushing you to go.
and social commitments.
Because if I was like, mate, you have to go to jiu-jitsu, you would.
I'd go for you, yeah.
Because you'd be like, you'd have the excuse.
Well, if I didn't have a girlfriend, I'd go all the time.
Yeah, but
a lot of the reasons
if
are
you
that
didn't
guys.
have a girlfriend, you'd be busy doing a lot of things.
Yeah, I'd love to be able to just go to jiu-jitsu and CrossFit and go home, but I also am chemically in love with someone.
It's not all chemicals, Matt.
Not all chemicals.
You're chemically in love. Caitlin, if you're watching this, I do apologise for Matt.
Yeah,
He's untrained.
Untrained.
Uncivilized.
Uncivilized man.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you want to? Well, maybe we should leave the conspiracies for when we get Jack and Jono on.
Yeah, there's a bunch of conspiracies we have to talk about, but
yeah, we do. There's a whole laundry list of conspiracies.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go through do you actually want me to tell you everything how my childhood was? The mysterious side, is that really what you want to know?
I don't know, you said one day we're going to talk about your upbringing over drinks. We can say it for another time if you want.
It's not long, it doesn't take that long. I'll just tell you anyway.
Tell me only what you're comfortable with everyone knowing.
I'll tell them everything, I'm cool with that, it's all good.
Everyone at work knowing.
Nice one.
So I tell people constantly you have a podcast.
Yeah, I know, you tell them.
Then
they say they want to come on, then they don't come on.
Yeah, I know.
Dog, mate.
I think it's because people are scared.
Yeah.
They're scared of they don't understand. I don't think they're scared of coming here. I think they're scared of what happens if I get on there and I don't know what to talk about, or I say something wrong, or we have a whole podcast that didn't get aired.
Didn't get aired at all, yeah.
That's my favourite thing, and I was holding back as well.
Yeah.
I was holding back because I was I sort of got to keep it down a little bit so that if it does get posted, I can talk my way out of it and say that Matt had drugged me. Yeah,
true. This is true. Yeah.
Otherwise, that would have been a way better conversation if we could have just.
Yeah. Essentially, I'll give you the summary.
Okay.
So, my family's originally from Oyen, moved to Mildura when I was really young. We lived here.
Your family. So, when you say family, what do you mean?
My mum, dad, brother, sister.
Oh yeah, brother and
sister.
My
nan. My nan had to move to Mildura as well.
She lived with you?
No, she did before she died for her last moments.
Yeah.
So my dad's a truck driver. My mum has worked a few jobs, but then she became a school aide while we were all kids.
School.
A school aide to help the learning difficult kids.
Oh yeah, teacher's aide.
Teacher's aide.
Okay, yeah, that's what my mum does. It's a school aide.
Huh?
It's a school aide.
Sorry, it's teacher's aide. Yeah, and I have been through this. It's actually there's a lot I could say what I've been exposed to. My dad used to be a pretty nasty person, being he's a good guy now, absolutely, because as an adult. But when I was younger, he was a horrible person. He'd drink a lot. He would be away working, and as soon as he came home, it'd be a lot of yelling and a lot of ridiculous things, telling you off for something that you fucking stupid shit. And then he would have moments where he'd stop drinking, and then he found the spiritual group, and he became a Reiki master through that spiritual group. And then I was exposed to all these people that did tarot card readings and could heal you with their hands and
crazy stuff.
Yeah, crazy shit, fucking crazy shit. And then my brother would meet this person who became his mentor, who taught him how to tarot card read, and because Jake would never sleep with the light off because he would hear things and see things, and then all of a sudden that developed him becoming a psychic, and that developed him being a tarot card reader, and now he's this really spiritual person who studied all aspects of religion and spirituality.
We can talk to him.
We can get him on soon.
That'd be sick.
He would love to be on.
Yeah,
he's actually been on one of the episodes.
Oh, okay.
I'll bring him on again so you can have a chat with him.
I have a lot of questions.
I would too.
We have to go ghost hunting too.
Oh, we have to go ghost hunting with him. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, I want to get some ghost hunting equipment. I wonder how much it costs. We could do the objective ghost hunting equipment versus what he's seeing. That'd be pretty cool.
That'd be very interesting.
And then we could quit our jobs and do ghost hunting on YouTube.
That'd be a lot of fun.
You could be the host.
Fuck.
You'll be the skeptic, and I'll be the leaning into it, and then he'll be fully into it.
So do you believe in ghosts or?
100%.
100%. Why is that?
We have not only working in aged care.
Yeah.
So we had some stuff happen in aged care. We had a person die. Then we had someone with dementia who was sitting in a chair, the big floaty chairs they sit in.
Yeah.
And she said, "Why is so and so over there who was dead?"
Yeah.
That's not Like, they're not idiots.
Yeah.
Like, there's people who don't talk that often.
Yeah.
Said that exactly thing. Or I had another person who said, why is there a man... So we had this guy die who was super skinny.
Yeah.
He said, and this woman with dementia just points over there to where no one was. He's like, why is there a man standing there who's like super skinny and looking for a way out?
Yeah.
Like he's lost.
Yeah.
And I was like...
Yeah. Have you had any personal experiences like with yourself?
With myself?
Yeah.
I've had sleep paralysis before.
Yeah.
That was very scary.
I have too, multiple times.
Have you?
Yeah.
What's your sleep paralysis demon like?
I had a really fucking hard... Do you have one?
I have had it happen once.
Yeah.
I always said that it's never happened, it's never going to happen. And then one night, so I in summer, I always sleep with the fan on pretty well no matter what, except for when it's very, very cold winter. So I'd sleep with the aircon on. And so I woke up and I was like, you know when something scary happens, like something goes bump in the night, and you're like a kid and you have to like sit really still. Yeah. So I was sitting there and I was like, oh, I can't really move here. And I remember feeling this like breathe, like I thought it was just the aircon going off. Yeah. And I was like, reverse cycle was like, then it had like this very, that distinct like hoarse breathing. Yeah. Like that.
The rhythmicness of it, yeah.
Yeah, like right next to me was like this black, I could make out like this tiny black, like ripped cloak, like in the corner of my eye. Yeah. And then I went to bed, just. Yeah. But I couldn't like move or.
I love a good sleep paralysis even like
I was like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've had multiple different ones. Yeah. I had one where it was a wolf and a girl. Like I'll be paralysed, and at the same time I could project and walk towards it. So like my body wasn't moving.
Like you're astral projecting.
Huh?
Have you seen Insidious?
No.
Oh, we gotta watch that movie. It's all about astral projecting in your sleep. Yeah. It's like you can go into another dimension.
Oh, okay, that'd be interesting.
Like walk around and go like see dead people and.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, so you could walk towards the...
So I walked toward... This is one of them. I'd walk towards this little girl and I'd try to touch it, and then all of a sudden I was thrown into this black void and I was frozen still and I couldn't move. And I had the wolf next to her. It was just an added bonus. I had other ones where like they were like vulture creatures with long claws scratching at my chest. I've had large cloaked people and shit, but that's like... Yeah. And they're always at the fucking doorway. They're always at an open door.
And your mum was like right next to like, so my bed's here. My bedside table is like right there. Yeah. And I was like, and I couldn't even like, I was just like, don't look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it, don't look at it. That was crazy. We used to have stuff, so we moved from where we were, east coast of New South Wales back home to my mum's childhood home, and so my grandpa used to live there, and then he later moved into a nursing home and died. And my brother, not long after he died, so my parents moved into his bedroom. Yeah. So it was the big bedroom. And my brother went in there, into this room, and he came like running out and like crying and mum, there's a dark man. He was sitting on the bed and then he disappeared underneath the bed. Whatever, and so mum's like barricaded the door and waited for dad to come home. Yeah. But there was nothing in there. Fuck. So this wasn't long after. Yeah. We had like doors open and close unexpectedly, kettle turn on, TV turn on. Yeah. In our house all the time. I couldn't walk around in the dark in the house because I always felt like I was being watched. Yeah. There's like it's not super like
malicious.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's like I wouldn't feel comfortable like being in that house, like even alone during the day. Because it always felt like there was something else. Yeah. Like scratching on windows when there's no trees or anything on the windows. Yeah. Stuff like that. Seeing shadows in the corner of your eyes and just stuff like that.
Sometimes shadows in the corner of your eye are your guardian angel. That's what Jake would say. Jake would say that's your guardian angel. Or like, not you necessarily.
Does my guardian angel watch me beat off?
Probably.
Fuck. Bastard. He's probably seen me do things that...
No other person has. You know what Caitlin said about, like, when she was talking about you? She was talking about you the other day and saying you seem like the kind of person that was in the room jacking off in the dark. Oh. I'm like, don't all boys do that?
Not in the dark, but...
Yeah. Yeah.
Caitlin's very mean.
Huh?
Caitlin's very mean.
Very mean. I'll tell her she's mean. I'll tell her what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I expect compensation.
Yeah, she says it's distorted reality what boys are like. Yeah, no, with the spirituality thing, have you had... I had one when the old house where my bed would shake. That was fucking horrifying. When I was a kid, I was wide awake and the bed would violently shaking. I remember that.
I don't believe in like spiritual stuff, Matt.
Huh?
You're just in denial.
I'm just skeptic of it because, like, you know, your brain can trick you and stuff. But like, I don't know what extent of it's. I'd love there to be that because they're not like.
That'd be so easy. How easy would life be if it's like there's heaven, there's God,
Yeah.
there's your book, this is how you live your life.
Because when I think spiritually, because I've been around spiritual people, when I think spiritually, like I used to meditate and shit like that, which I should probably still do. And like I meditated when these Tibetan monks came to Mildura when they were making a mandala to put into the fountain to spell a spiritual ceremony. Like you have this sensation of just, it's like blissfulness when you meditate. It's like you feel good. And like when you do it for like a spiritual reason, like you're doing it with a bunch of people who are trying to connect with themselves spirit, it feels good.
Yeah, it's very interesting when you go to like churches. You know, if you go to like a big,
Yeah.
I shouldn't put that there.
That's right.
I shouldn't put that there.
Yeah.
You go to like a big church, like an old like Catholic church, and it's got like the big glass stained window, or like a big temple.
Yeah, you can feel it.
And you can feel something different there. And I remember it's always like this feeling of like you're calm, you're very calm. Like I'm very ADD, I'm always all over the place, always thinking a million different things. And
yeah.
you go there and you're just quiet.
Yeah.
You're just like chilled, you're just looking around and it feels very good. Just like when you go to church, I remember I went to church, so I don't like the old school churches.
Yeah.
The one church that I would go to here is called River Edge.
Yeah.
Which is like a very funky, upbeat.
That's where Caitlin would go, yeah.
Yeah. Very good. But like I went there one time and I swear it felt like, because I've been to like live shows before.
Yeah.
And live music where it feels, you know, that energy, but I remember feeling like this different thing.
Yeah.
In the room.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. I didn't like River Edge.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't feel like spirituality. It felt like a cult when I was in there.
Yeah, it's very I like the energy.
Yeah.
And the vibe.
The people are lovely.
Yeah.
I just didn't.
But it feels very preachy.
Yeah, I don't think spirituality is in words.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that's our.
I think it's just a way of expressing it.
Yeah, that's our attempt. Yeah.
Like I said, it's a human corruption of, you know, like, because humans aren't a pure entity, so how can they express exactly what a pure entity would say?
We should really do a ghost hunt. We've got to go ghost hunting.
I'd do it.
Well,
we could do ghost hunting here.
Do you want to go to a graveyard?
Let's go. Oh, I should have gotten your brother. So my mum, you know the Rio Vista house?
Yeah.
You know the like old building on the corner across from the Bowls Centre?
Yeah.
Like, so there's like the bend and then there's like this old house there. That was haunted. So my mum's friend, he bought it. It's like a very expensive old house. They made it for, I think, the train like conductor or something like that.
Yeah.
For his family on the railroad or something like that. Very lovely, beautiful house, and they rent out it for like functions and family events and stuff.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't sleep in there. Like he sleeps in the shed, deck the shed out, because when he moved in there's like so much paranormal stuff going on that he didn't feel safe with his family.
Yeah.
In that house. Which is part of the attraction to going there.
Yeah.
They wanted us to sleep over there one night. So that would have been cool to go there and like
do something.
But they get constant. Like he won't go in there after dark.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very unsettling house. Like once it starts going dark.
We could definitely do something.
That would be cool.
Do you want me to talk to Jake about places we could go?
Yeah, possibly.
I'll ask him now. What are you doing tonight?
What am I doing tonight? Yeah. Go something apparently.
Where is a good place to go ghost hunting here.
So can he like talk to like the dead and stuff? Supposedly.
Jake can, yes. So he claims he can. Yeah. I believe, I don't believe. I'm skeptical, of course. I'm very skeptical. There could be potential causes. Jake has had some fucking weird moments, which is like would make no sense. Like he's like I've told you like how he's named people he's never met, and it turns out it's the relative that like in the house. Like, did I tell you about like how he identified somebody's grandfather?
No.
So he was in a house with, like just some random person. I can't remember the fucking person, and he was in there, and he's like, "Do you guys know a Henry?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's our grandfather. He died." Like, and he's like, "Oh yeah, he's here." Like, and he's never met these people in his life, and he just randomly said Henry. Like,
yeah, see stuff like when it's intelligent and like
yeah,
like it makes sense.
Yeah,
it's not just random garbage. Then you start to go, like I think that when so many people have a common experience, that common experience start like it's the same thing in science. You come up with a theory, you find some data, then everyone else finds data.
Yeah.
Then it becomes it goes from a hypothesis to a theory, and it becomes a law.
Yeah.
Law almost like an accepted, like the theory of evolution. Like one or two people come up with it, and then everyone starts doing research, and then they find more evidence on it, and they start thinking about like, oh, this is the working theory of how things, how we best think things are. It's the same thing with paranormal experiences. It's kind of like so many people have an experience with the paranormal. You start to think, well, there's probably something going on.
Yeah. Something. And it's probably not just a psychological breakdown.
Yeah. But then at the same time, it's like, my brother used to see, he said that he used to talk to this entity in the room, that would talk to him. And then like, now he's got like schizophrenia.
Yeah. What if there's what if that people are actually spiritual, but the extreme end becomes schizophrenia? What if
they become, because he did a lot of drugs as well, so what if it's like, there's this thing, then the drugs have like fried all these like these special connections and nerve endings, and then the drugs have like amplified it and then fried it. Yeah.
So you distorted the connection.
Yeah, and then it becomes a dysfunction because their brain's not regulating it properly.
Because like one of our clients, who like one way to actually help them with the voices was actually do spiritual cleansings. And it's probably not just a basis on belief. Like, because Jake was going to do a cleansing for their house to help them. Because, like, they were very spiritual.
Yeah. I always wonder about that stuff, like, when paranoid patients are patients are talking about delusional stuff, like, God has spoken to me. I'm like, I don't know. God could have spoken to you. Like, what's to say? You know, they talk about things like, your body produces DMT.
Yeah.
You know, the thing in the Bible where they were... talking in all different tongues and talking to the God. And that, as it turns out...
Keep going. That's right.
One of the things that they'd lit on fire was acacia bush, or acacia tree, which is high in DMT. Yeah. Like very, very high in DMT. So, you wonder whether that DMT was what was taken... Because everyone who does DMT has the same experience of... they're talking to another being.
Yeah.
Like a greater, like in another dimension. So I wonder whether that's, when they're talking about I've talked to God, whether that's what they're actually talking about.
Yeah. Maybe that's what they are talking about. Like, so like, when you come into a house that smells like incense, how do you feel?
Incense?
Yeah, like that.
No, not really that weird.
Not that weird. Do you feel like a bit calmer?
Yeah, I think so.
Because I always do, like, I don't like that just for the smell. I like that because that calms me.
Yeah, it's the same thing with candles at home. I do the same thing.
Yeah.
You light a candle, like when I play video games, I'm like, this is going to be a great day. I've got a coffee and light a candle and open the blind and it's a sunny day outside.
Yeah. I find it interesting because, like with the, like, is there a connection between, like, because if I'm just going to keep going, like, this spiritual thing, like, potentially real.
And I think it is. I used to think there was no point.
Yeah.
And everything's just fake, and it's all like I bought into like the real. Have you ever seen the video? It's like a 3 hour long debate between like a creationist and a
atheist.
Yeah. You seen that one online?
Is that the one with Stephen Fry?
The dude who has like the big ark.
The big ark.
Yeah, they built like a life-size Noah's Ark.
No, I don't know that one.
Oh. Yeah, I've watched that video and then I was like super atheist and I don't know, just like your life experiences start to point me in the direction of like
Yeah.
they damn well could be.
Yeah.
And then
there could be,
yeah.
because like I've definitely.
I think probably there is.
Yeah.
I think there's, you know, like the Big Bang Theory. Did that just happen, or was that, you know, maybe it could have been a simulation and someone clicked start on the simulation, or maybe it was just a freak accident.
Yeah.
But where did, you know?
I think the issue now with these things is that like it's been so beaten as something ridiculous that like if you mention the words of spirituality, it sounds corny and ridiculous. Like, the issue now is the terminology, not actually what we're talking about. But I think there is something to, like, I'm saying this because of like what I've experienced through like my family and going through all those things. Like you've seriously experienced something. Like when I was a kid, I've like experienced weird shit. And also as an adult, I've experienced weird shit. Like sometimes I see shit in this house at night. I don't know if it's real or not.
Do you want to do DMT one day?
I really want to do DMT.
I want to do it one time. I did mushrooms once and that was horrible.
You had beer.
But apparently you have to, I think that was the wrong, I should have done like LSD or something like that.
Yeah.
Like a party drug. But I was like super drunk in a nightclub and you get like a cap that was like the same thing that's in mushrooms. And apparently you have to do a very, very high dose to get that. And you're only recommended to do it like once. And that's it.
Yeah.
Because if you do it too much, probably end up a psych patient.
Probably. I'd love to do DMT though.
Yeah.
We should do it together sometime. That'd be fun. Also, Jake said the airport near the cemetery near the airport is a place to start.
That's crazy. I want to.
Do you want to go?
No. Don't say I don't want to go yet, but I'm interested.
Okay.
Yeah. So what you're saying, if we take that the spirituality is like true, like the spiritual stuff is true.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then what was it going with that?
We started off with Matt's
Family.
backstory. Got 20 seconds into that, and now we're on to.
I can't remember what I was going with that. Spirituality is true.
So back to your. So your brother's super spiritual.
Yeah, super
you
spiritual.
Had a mentor. You had a martial arts mentor.
Me.
Yeah.
I had multiple martial arts mentors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you're my martial arts mentor.
Yes, clearly. When I was a kid, I wanted to go to China and do Shaolin Kung Fu and all that sort of shit.
Be a ninja.
No, I just wanted to become the best I could.
Become a hitman. That'd be cool.
Become a hitman. I don't want to be a hitman. I really enjoyed the spiritual side of martial arts because when I did a screamer, there's a spiritual side to it. Like a screamer doors are other people, the practitioners of the martial art are also very spiritual. So they would wear amulets and would perform spiritual ceremonies in order to clear it. Like were very spiritual people, like a very spiritual position, not just also a defender of a tribe, but also would be involved in a lot of spiritual ceremony. And there was a lot of that sort of history. And the guy that I'd talk to, like my guy, he would also say he would see things as well. Like he saw spirit, like when he was in, because he was from Cebu in the Philippines and he was in a Catholic church and he's seen a guy in a rice field and he wasn't there. He also would speak to angels who would communicate what other people are thinking. But he wasn't like schizophrenic or didn't go along. There could have been schizophrenic symptomatology, but shit like that. Like very spiritual. So I really enjoy, and I also really enjoy that. I used to really enjoy that spiritual side of martial arts as a.
I think it's something that's getting forgotten now. Like I remember when I first started doing MMA.
Yeah.
It was 1 or 2 MMA gyms, and everything else was like traditional martial arts, like taekwondo, karate, that kind of thing. Nowadays, it's all MMA gyms, and you cannot find a karate dojo. You cannot find a taekwondo dojo.
Yeah.
Like there's one small one around the corner from where we train. The karate dojo is not even up anymore.
JKA, yeah.
They're still doing taekwondo, but
Yeah.
there's not a lot of like traditional martial art. Like I think it's a dying thing because, you know, you go to MMA, it's just all about fighting.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people are losing that spiritual, because really martial arts, like when you look at some of the biggest places that do martial arts, like Japan, for example, it's about mastery of body, but also mastery of mind.
Yeah.
It's more of like a lifestyle and a way to live, not just a way to beat people up.
Yeah. Like with sumo, like all their, like before the ceremony, you know when they do like the claps?
I haven't seen much sumo.
So like all their, before they do their the performance is all spiritual. So they stomp the ground in order to just like get rid of the negative energy or negative spirits and stuff. They throw flour and rice to I can't remember the symbolism, but some sort of spiritual symbolism, because sumo used to be a spiritual event. It'd be a spiritual event before it became a sport, but they still hold that spiritual aspect to it because a lot of sumo in Japan are still representing that history, which is the traditional martial art minds of the mind. Same with like samurai. Like samurai wasn't just you had a sword, you were a samurai, you were bushido, you were an expression of a warrior. And the way, it was called the way, you know, the way of the samurai is to be able to express yourself in this particular manner, which is mindfulness. You're an expression of your sword, and every movement is a representation of you as a samurai, which is a very mindful thing. And like, yeah, that's, yeah, pretty gay.
Pretty gay.
That's pretty, it's
with the cool haircut where they've only got the top
top
shaved and then the rest is like long.
Yeah.
I could do that.
Yeah.
See, I could be a samurai.
You could easily be a samurai.
I'm naturally a samurai. That's what me going bald is all about. It's about me becoming a samurai.
But it sucks that that's lacking in martial arts, because like I understand.
It's all about, like I remember Chris Rickard, she used to do like a bit of jiu-jitsu when she did like self-defense classes.
Yeah.
She was saying like the thing that she didn't like about going back to do it at a different gym was it's all about beating people up.
Yeah. And
fighting. It's not about like the actual martial art and the lifestyle that comes with that.
Yeah.
And I think that's starting to get lost now because it's all commercialized. It's all about competing and fighting each other and teaching people the UFC. That's the way it is.
Yeah. I think Bruce Lee put it probably is like in the most modern way to put it is we need to realize that it's an expression of self, and that's exactly what he's saying. Like the idea is to express yourself ultimately. And that's not just physically, that's mentally. Yeah.
That's why I was thinking of taking up more of a traditional martial art than
But I think still with like things like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, it's up to you as well if you want to express it in that way. You don't necessarily have to, like, yes, you can do the MMA class and do all the movements, but it's up to your perspective on how you want to approach that.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do what other people are doing and they're just saying, I want to be able to beat people up. You're just saying, I want to develop discipline and become a more mindful person. You can still do that in MMA.
Yeah.
That's just up to you. You can of course do karate if you like, if you feel like you need that influence to do it, but it's all up to you. Like when I do jiu-jitsu, I still have that traditional martial art mindset of like, I don't feel like I want to beat you up. I just want to.
It's about learning jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it's about learning jiu-jitsu.
It's learning the art.
Because I don't care if you tap me. I don't care if you do this or that. Unless I like get into the mindset of where I want to beat the shit out of you. But I try to avoid that when I'm learning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not competing. I'm learning jiu-jitsu. Yeah. Does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or like, yeah. You know, when you're learning, you're learning.
So back to Matt's story. So you have a brother.
Yeah.
Is your sister spiritual?
Yeah. My sister?
Yeah.
Sammy. My sister Sammy bought into it. So Emma isn't very like, as in like she isn't expressing herself as like a spiritual leader or anything like that, or like, but she does believe. She like has used tarot cards and shit trying to find some sort
White girl stuff.
Yeah.
I've never done tarot cards. Never done anything like that.
Jake's done tarot cards, crystal ball, runes.
Crystal ball.
Mm.
Runes.
Yeah, old Viking style.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. He's done different. He's tried to figure out how the best way he can express his psychic ability. There's that. My mum's semi-spiritual. Like all my family believe in something spiritual. Like they believe there's something more. They don't believe it's clearly don't believe it's identified as one thing. They just know there's something spiritual and they just can't identify it. That's essentially my family. Yeah, and then what happened through that? Yeah, I experienced a lot of spiritual people. I've been through all that shit, psychics, healers, claim healers and all that sort of shit. Some of them are actually fucking delusional. I've met really mentally unwell people who are claiming to be spiritual people. There's a fine line.
Yeah.
There's a fine line.
So you were a little child.
Yeah.
And you were growing up.
Yeah. And then while I was going through that, I went through an existential crisis around about 11 where I started realising that I can die. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to die.
Oh, okay.
And I'd talk to mum and I'd be like,
I don't want to die, man.
I don't really want to die. And I'm like, so is the whole purpose of us being alive, like in like a simple term as a kid, is that I grow up, I work, like I go to school, come home, and I just eventually go to work, come home, then die. So that's it. Like there's nothing more than that.
Well, objectively, no. That's kind of it.
So like that's the beginning of me becoming a bit of a kook, I guess.
At 11.
Yeah, and then it just spiraled into like a depressive state of where like I was very nihilistic and yeah, didn't fucking really want to participate in life. I fucking hated school. I hated everything. Hated systems because of that. Because I'm like, you know, what's the point? Why should I participate in fucking anything if it means nothing? Like ultimately, I'm just gonna keep suffering and keep doing the same thing, repeat, have kids, be a miserable, unhappy person, and that's it. And then realizing everything was pointless. I was nihilistic for a time period. And then like with that too, I was questioning whether or not suicide was an answer. Not in the sense of like, as an impulsive schizophrenic sort of suicidal, as like an impulsive want to kill myself. I was thinking should I just kill myself because I'm ultimately meaningless.
Yeah, because it's just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point of living?
Yeah, why should I?
Yeah.
And then eventually I realised that I clearly have biological systems in place that prevent me from killing myself because I really can't do it. I legit cannot kill myself. I haven't got the guts to do it. And so I had to find some sort of aspect of meaning through that. So that's when I would read philosophy books and learn from that and try to come up with a perspective of that. Like, well, if that is the case, I have to find my own subjective meaning, even though objectively this is all just a fucking shit show. And then it took me quite a while of like thinking and studying, and then eventually I started developing a system of, I guess, my own self-belief, which I'm still working on to this day. Like it's always a work in progress. Where I just decided to, then I found out that like I still had a passion for the sciences and stuff, because in high school I used to be really good at science. I'd be like, that'd be my passion. And then I found out like I wanted to know how health worked and all that sort of stuff, and clearly I wasn't gonna be a doctor because I didn't have the grades, because I didn't attend any fucking, like I had ATAR of 0 because I attended nothing. Then I sat the SAT test to get into nursing, and I got into nursing, and then I fucking just loved the physiology and anatomy, and then eventually became a nurse, and also that aspect of helping people as well was in my mind. Yeah, that's just a short snippet, removing a lot of detail, but yeah.
And then you're here.
Then I'm here, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm like, my goal now
so is you had your neck beard phase?
Had my neck beard depressive phase.
Was that during the depressive phase? So what was that like? What'd you do?
What'd I do?
Yeah, just
fucking nothing. I just
drink.
I
watch anime.
Drink.
When
Watch
was that anime phase? Was that during?
No, that was from my anime phase was like 11 till like 19.
Oh man.
Loved anime.
I hated anime. It's funny because when I was in like high school, we used to bully people for listening to heavy metal.
Yeah.
And bully people for watching anime.
I remember it. I was there.
What?
No, I used to get bullied for watching anime all the time.
Oh, okay. Like, I didn't know you during high school.
Yeah, no,
yeah, and then now I'm the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's me. I've just basically been through like a spiritual existential crisis. until now.
Yeah.
I'm
Did
still
you drink a lot during that crisis?
Oh, when I was like a
Yeah,
teenager, to like I used to drink a fair bit. And used to smoke a little, not much though. Yeah. Of course, I still did my martial arts and stuff. I just
Drunk.
yeah, and like I'd try to find. Of course, I did like my little fucking hobbies, like didgeridoo. I had a banjo phase, all that sort of shit. I still had myself there, just very depressed. Yeah, Mum tried to get me on medication, I wouldn't take them.
Ironic, huh?
Yeah.
No, I agree with that. When we have patients at work and they're like, "Fuck that! I'm not taking medications. I'm gonna go find out whether I can do something else first."
Yeah.
I'm like, sure.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Like if I was sitting there one day and I was like having these obscure thoughts, because that's the hard thing about mental illness is these people believe these thoughts are real.
Yeah.
And that they're not crazy.
Mm.
Because it's just like everyone else's thoughts every day.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck that! I'm not taking medications. Like, this is who I am.
Mm.
I'm like, okay, go figure out whether you can do something else. When you end up in here again, we're going to do it different.
Yeah.
And we're going to say we have to take something and try and do some medications and then...
Yeah. That's what I hate also forcing on people, like some who are functioning and yet we still want to medicate them, we put them on assessment orders.
And then they're just like a zombie.
Yeah, like they're functioning, they're not a harm to anyone else, they're not a harm to themselves.
Yeah, it makes me so angry that someone has that power.
Yeah.
I think like fundamentally, like I've always said that my political compass is always like centre leaning right a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I believe in less establishment, more people. Because like I said, I believe everyone's good.
Yeah.
I believe most people are good except for a few bad apples. Some people have some bad experiences and then they become bad people because they learn, antisocial stuff, and that's why they become, because a lot of the people that we meet at work are antisocial, but they're good people eventually. Like, you can get them to be good people.
Yeah.
But they do what they do because that's the way they've always learnt how to,
Yeah.
how to function. That's how they get stuff done.
Yeah.
But I always believe in like less establishment and less power, and more power to people to be able to govern themselves and choose what they want in life, so that we can get what we want out of our lives, and not someone just say this. Like, especially with COVID lockdowns, the government comes in and says, okay, well, no one's allowed to go outside now.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to go do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I tell you what you do.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
No, that's a horrible. That's why I hate systems like that. So what you're saying is we shouldn't be a representation of a system. We should be a representation of individuals.
Yeah. And communal ideas. Like, I think most people out there have great community sense anyway. That most people just want to sit around, have a couple of drinks, eat some good food, hang out, watch some TV, chat, do their few little hobbies, and that's all they want to do.
Yeah.
Like, most people just want to hang out.
Yeah.
And be good.
Yeah.
And we can have that sense of community.
Yeah.
And just look after one another, look out for one another, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Not have a government force you to do that and tell you that you have to pay heaps of taxes and you have to do this and you have to do all these things. And, because I'm saying what's good and I'm saying that this is legislative, what's good and what's bad.
Yeah. That's a fair point. I can agree with that aspect. But is it also that maybe with the sheer numbers of people in the world that we need a system like that?
Yeah. Yeah, it becomes a bit hard.
Yeah.
There's many people. But I always believe in the least intervention possible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, absolute minimum. Not like we need to have the government tell you what you do all the time because the government knows best.
Yeah.
When the government doesn't know best, because the government's just a bunch of people, and most of them are corrupted with absolute power. Yeah. Because they want the world to work their way.
Yeah, and not the people's way.
Yeah, and then they get that power over someone to tell them how they should govern their life and how they should act and how they should behave and how they do that at work. Certain people at work like to do that with people. Yeah. Tell them that they should,
Yeah.
They're not allowed to yell. They're not allowed to say anything. They're not allowed to, you can't say that. You can't think that. You can't.
Yeah. I understand saying not allowed to yell if other people are trying to sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, there's certain things, but like that, like I said, that's just like communal sense. Yeah. I think people should have a better communal, sense of living with one another. Yeah. That comes down to like basic things like don't fucking mow your lawn at 7 in the morning.
Yeah.
Don't carry on and be doing burnouts at midnight.
Mm.
Like that kind of, most people have that basic communal
Yeah.
sense. We're just living with one another and
Mm.
looking after each other and looking after the environment and looking after, you know, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. Do you know what, something that I didn't like what a doctor said when I mentioned how the medication is making this patient upset that they're getting a disconnection from what they believed, is when they said we do, like he was sarcastically saying we do horrible things to people.
Well, we do.
We do.
We do.
But he's being sarcastic, thinking he's doing something good.
Yeah, like we had a patient last night say that they don't want to take a particular medication because like it brings their mood down from the mania to a regular level to where then they have PTSD thoughts all the time, like regular people do. Normal people have PTSD thoughts all the time because you have to deal with your reality, but when you're manic, you don't.
Yeah. It's just hard. Like that's just a horrible mindset for somebody like that to want to take it away from someone, especially if they're functioning fine. They want to.
Yeah, I don't see the point in why. Just because there are like delusional stuff, if it's not going to hurt anyone, and
and they want to be delusional, let them be delusional.
Yeah.
If they're not hurting anyone.
Yeah.
If they're
especially if like what we're doing isn't guaranteed to help them.
Yeah. Because now they're in a system forever.
Yeah. Now they've got an order because a doctor, like another person that recently left, who probably doesn't have mental health issues, probably just has other mental issues. Yeah. Who's now, who was probably going to be on treatment forever, 24/7.
Yeah. Yep.
It's sad that, like doctors are just people too. They make mistakes. Yeah. Constantly, like everyone makes mistakes constantly.
And they clearly have perspectives that can influence their decisions.
Yeah, all the time. Happens all the time. They have their own traumas with a particular client. Like we all have our own traumas with a particular client that shapes the way that we deliver our care. Yeah. It's just human nature. That's why we should have multiple people, always, correcting each other and saying like, hey, no. You've clearly got some sort of a bias here. Yeah.
It's difficult in the West though.
In the West?
Well, it's difficult when we place hierarchy.
Yeah.
When you have mental, because hierarchy works in a system of, without it, the system of objectivity, hierarchy works. But that's not how subjectivity works. You can't do that with a hierarchy because we're all within a subjective playing game. It's all the same field. So you can't. So that's why it's so difficult in psych, because you're not objective, you're subjective. Because like the hierarchy of the doctors, I understand the hierarchy when you're talking about the heart, because you'd know a lot more about the heart than I do. The doctor would, or like how to read an ECG, they would know a lot more than I do. Or the interventions, they'll know a lot more than I do. But with the mind, they only know so much, and yet they also have to take into perspective the subjectivity of the person involved, as well as like how much of their subjective perception needs to be intervened with, which is why is it their call? You
you talk about like the doctors having like a rough time in life, and then they're all shitty, and then they come to work, and then they're fucking in a pissy mood. Yeah. Over something, and they make an incorrect diagnosis because they're pissed off and they want to go really hard at this one. Yeah. Seen that happen. Yeah. Seen that happen with nurses too. Seen that happen on the ward. Yeah. Oh, we're going to medicate them. Yeah. We're going to give them all PRNs even though there's no need. Yeah. We're not going to talk to the patient at all. We're just going to give them drugs.
There were so many times where I think, why are we doing that? Like, particularly with yesterday. Why? It was just behavioural. Anyway, we'll get off that topic because it's probably too much in depth, but yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about with that topic.
Yeah.
But it's not to take away what the doctors do either.
No, it doesn't. Of course they have a hard job as well.
Yeah.
In that
I have a lot of love for them, but it's a clearly flawed system. And as well, when you talk about like the shift in mental health as well, to go towards more listening to the patients, and that just completely gets disregarded. Like, an advanced statement can be disregarded if you feel as if the patient, like if their advanced statement, like wasn't logical.
Yeah.
You can just go, no. No. Like they can override it.
Yeah.
Even though this person has clearly said, like, this is what I want next time that happens.
Because it works.
They just go, no. No, we don't feel like that's appropriate.
What was I going to talk about? Oh, Japan. Left field.
Left field, we're going left field.
Should we fucking start organising that?
I think we should.
So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Day 1. So, like, 3 to 4 weeks we're going, yeah?
So, I've got a plan for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've already written one up.
Yeah.
Top one up.
Yeah. I should probably get you around with the type up and see if we could do editions and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are we going to start in Tokyo or?
Yeah. Yeah, so we've changed from that trip I sent you. We're spending more time in Tokyo.
Yeah.
Than what they did.
Yeah.
So I think for like 3 weeks, the first like 6 days are in Tokyo.
Okay.
And so we're just going to spend a lot of time going around to like Shinjuku and Akihabara and I wanted it to be obviously because like the first day that we're there is going to be like so I've got 1 day travel at each end, so if it's 3 weeks it's 23 days. I'm going to take 4 weeks off, so I have time, I sort of want it to be like the day before, take the day off before and then like a few days after, so I can come back, not only get used to the sleep schedule but sort of get shit done, get unpacked, clean the house, do that kind of stuff. If not, take more time off, like 4.5 weeks. But yeah, so like I wanted to have enough time to like get there on the day, then sort of like chill out for a bit and like be able to take our time, so we're not just like ticking things off a list.
Actually experience it.
And then we'll sort of flutter around on the bullet trains and from city to city and
enjoy them.
So it depends whether we want to do 3 weeks or 4 weeks. 4 weeks is going to be very hard.
3 weeks is more realistic. Well, getting time off 3 weeks, 4 weeks off is easier. We could do it like that because that's plenty of time. I really want to do a lot of the temples and stuff. I'm still cool with doing like a lot of anime stuff, whatever you want to do.
Well, I want to do that stuff in Tokyo as like the and I wanted to see both the city area and the regional area. So I start to go out to more of like the more spiritual areas. Maybe do some martial arts stuff.
Do a hike. Do some kendo.
Yeah, you can do kendo. I'll sit there and watch it. Go, Matt. I believe in you. As you get like completely destroyed by masters.
I'll be destroyed.
You're like, I did a screamer. Fight me now. And they're like, boop.
Different rule set.
Matt's a master. Like, you want a job? You be champion.
You be champion of kendo. Definitely not.
And then you get stuck there forever. You're world champion.
World champion at kendo.
You be Gordon Ryan.
Gordon Ryan on kendo. Oh fuck. Okay, that'd be cool. That'd
hit people with get on your biceps. Hit people with stick. I actually want to get tattooed. You know those symbols that I want that on my forearm, like as a band wrapped around my arm, like a band. You should get it like weaved in, do like a whole sleeve. And then get them like weaved in with like some
other shit.
You can get like that Japanese style where they do like the blue, yellow, red. I'd get that done. Like if I was gonna do like a tattoo, maybe like a Japanese or.
Go to Japan, get a tattoo.
Except for if you get an infection, then you gotta go in a hospital and try and talk English to people who can't talk English.
I want to continue with this colour with all my tattoos. You'd be fine in Japan with that. They'll probably be one of the best healthcare systems.
So I want to talk to people that don't understand English.
Learn some Japanese then.
Hi.
Alright.
Hi. How bad out of 10? Hi.
It's very high.
How do you feel? Hi. Just big bowing.
Just a lot of bowing, yes.
This fucking idiot.
We've been talking shit for an hour already.
We have been talking shit for an hour. Probably talk for another half hour.
What
We'll go.
What are you doing after this?
Probably playing video games.
What games?
Probably Apex Legends.
Is that any good?
It's very good. It's excellent.
Playing PC.
It's cross-platform. Play on my mate.
Cool.
So I haven't figured out how to connect my PlayStation to the Wi-Fi because it won't stay connected to the Wi-Fi.
Mm. Yeah. You excited for the medical ward? Surgical medical?
It is what it is.
Is what it is.
Yeah.
Now you just wait until you can have your chance to actually change career.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about doing mental health, but...
Yeah. Maybe if they...
Yeah.
Hmm. You definitely
I don't
want
know.
to...
It's hard.
Yeah.
I've got reservations about it, but...
Hmm.
It's the same reservations I have about nursing just in general.
Yeah.
Like, I find that even as a grad, I get stuck doing all the work.
Yeah.
Which is one thing, like when it's, like with you or not, but with some of the girls that I work there,
Yeah.
like, because I like to just keep busy and doing shit all day,
Yeah.
I get stuck, then that's the expectation, that
Yeah.
I'm just going to go do shit all day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that was the same with me when I was there.
Yeah.
Well, still is the expectation for me because I end up doing everything when you're not there. Yeah. Because I end up doing everything. Yeah. Like it's
tiring.
It would be nice if more of them came in and actually just, did it as well. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like if we worked more collaboratively instead of having
And
the
then-
separation of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then having to deal with certain clients, like I want to work towards doing something where I can do it full time.
Yeah.
That's my goal.
Yeah.
I don't want to do part time anymore.
Yeah.
Just money wise, it's not a good decision, especially being a man.
Yeah.
Good chances I'm gonna have to be like the solo income.
Yeah.
Also in terms of like building my own life and wanting to travel and
Yeah.
build a house and buy a car and do all this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to do like just live your life if I'm not working full time.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I could do it full. I'm trying to figure out like what could I do full time.
Yeah. We could do this full time.
We could podcast full time.
If we could make money off it.
Mm.
Yeah. It's a good sign.
But yeah,
That's fair enough.
considering like clientele as well,
Mm.
whether I could deal with certain clientele.
Yeah. I know I can't be a nurse forever.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
You got yeah. I already know what you got in the mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to avoid when they're like, hey, what do you want to do? And I'm like,
Yeah. When they ask me what's Chris gonna do, I said you have to talk to him about that.
yeah.
Every time they ask, I'm not gonna tell you anything. You tell me, you talk to him about that.
Yeah. I just go, oh look, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Let's see how the rotation goes. But in reality, I'm already thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay with so far. Yeah. Well, you can. Yeah. You got plenty of pathways. You could always just do the engineer pathway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could go back to school though.
Yeah. True.
That'd be painful.
Very much so. It's pretty chill now. It's pretty chill right now.
It is.
Throw his back out, I think.
Huh?
I think he just threw his back out.
Why?
Just like,
It's me out there.
I'm a bat.
Fuck you, man.
Did you have an MRI for that or?
No, nothing.
Nothing.
So we
That's why
literally
they did nothing.
rocked up, and they're like, how long do you want your medical certificate to be? And I'm like, aren't you gonna like diagnose your patient first?
Are you going to assess your patient? Are you going to do vital signs first?
No.
No, we're just going to look and say, oh, you got pain. Okay, here's pain relief.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is causing pain?
Yeah.
Do you think the medical system is it's more about responding than preventing?
Oh, 100% all the time, yeah.
Yeah.
But
And I don't want to get too Paul Saladino, but he has a good point, even though he's got his biases like we all do. Like that, a lot of the diagnoses are we're too busy looking for diagnosis, but not really looking for prevention. We're too busy looking at I want to diagnose this, so I get my name on it, not like saying or maybe I should focus on the fundamentals of what makes somebody healthy, and just focus on those key tenets to prevent all this.
Yeah, it's why you can go to half a dozen different, take the same problem to half a dozen different health professionals and end up with half a different diagnoses.
Yeah.
Go to a chiropractor and they'll tell you, well, your joints are out of, you have pain because your joints are out of alignment, so you're going to have to come in every 2 weeks for the rest of your life to get your joints realigned. It's like, well, can't you fucking just put it back in and then it should just be aligned?
Yeah.
And then you go to a physio and they'll tell you about, oh, well, you have all these muscle imbalances.
Yeah.
You see, and it's all about, you've torn this muscle in the past and I can see that this muscle is slightly out, but you're going to have to come in, do this and that, and then you go to a surgeon and they're like, well, we're going to have to cut you open, we're going to have to put plates here and we're going to have to bolt this up and we're going to have to change this around and I want you to take these medications, and when the reality is it's probably all of the above.
Yeah. Like how much you're moving, can you touch your toes, why can't you touch your toes, how much you're eating, what are you eating, how are you eating it, how long have you been eating it, what's causing that, what are your genetics like, what do you actually need to be healthy, are you just sitting still saying I'll give you the pill? Because you'll see a lot of people who come in like, I've got back pains, like what have you done to prevent it? I've just been sitting at home. Have you tried? I know it's painful, but have you tried maybe moving more? Like
tried losing weight.
Tried losing weight.
Have you tried strengthening it?
Yeah.
Like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Working on your core strength. Working on your back strength.
Yeah, because I used to have back pain and knee pain, and I don't anymore. No, I think I'd say I took my medication. I did it all through just exercise. That's why. Well, that's probably. I'm not saying that's for everyone. That'll work for everyone. Of course, there actually are diseases out there that do exist, but there are definitely conditions that are preventable.
100%.
Yeah.
I think most diseases are preventable, 100% preventable, but
you just don't work on that.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Has your brother messaged you?
Yeah, he has.
Is he like, we're going tonight?
No, he just told us the cemetery at the airport.
Yeah.
I'll say, want to go?
Can you read my mind?
Huh? Can you read your mind?
Yeah.
Do you want to do a reading for you?
No, he has to read my mind, tell me what I'm thinking.
My friend wants you to come on the podcast and talk to him. He is interested in spirituality and ghosts. Cool. I think Jake is a flamboyant man for sure.
So you're going to play football next year, Matt?
Don't know yet. Don't know. Because I just want to... I don't want to have... I want to get as good as I can at it, but I've just got to also think about my long-term health and my long-term stuff.
Yeah. I think I'm going to do one season. I might go to pre-season, see what is popping there.
Yeah.
And how I feel.
You going to come to Moringa or you going to stay at...
No, I'm going to stay at Mildura.
Yeah.
You have to stay at Mildura too, mate.
Yeah. But if it's just running, I don't want to do just running. I want to do skill work. I hate just doing running because I can run in my own time. I can't kick ball with other people all the time.
Yeah, you can. Just kick it yourself.
It's not the same.
Kick it out, goals.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. I don't know, man. I don't know. I can't wait till we actually can record these in the actual studio when it's fully...
Yeah.
So I think it's going to look really good once it's done. I'm really happy with this progress. Yeah.
Be nice and toasty in there.
I'm going to try to get it cool. I'm going to try to make sure it can be cooled. I need to get that fridge off Jack. I need to talk about that fridge.
Jack?
Yeah, he said he had that fridge. Fridge.
Frigo. Nap time, I I think.
I think so too.
Tarot card time.
Tarot card time. We can fucking go ghost hunting tomorrow night.
Ghost hunting.
We can go to the cemetery.
Go tonight.
You wanna go tonight?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'll try to get Caitlin to come. That'd be fun.
Put out some loose flyers and see what comes back.
Yeah.
Like some feelers and
Well,
see what we get.
do you want me to bring a GoPro and record?
Capture all the ghosts.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can handle it.
What?
What if the ghosts come to eat my booty hole?
Why would the ghost want your booty hole?
I don't know.
The booty hole ghost.
Like that meme.
Yeah.
It's like licking sounds. It's like what's that spirit's food?
Licking your feet thinking it's your dog. He's asking me who my friend is. His
Name is Joe. And then
Name.
you say Joe who? Joe Mama.
Chris.
God damn it.
He is bald.
Why is that the first?
The defining feature. Bald.
Chris is the Jactosaurus Rex.
I work with him at the hospital.
Chris is Hugh.
Hugh. Humongous.
Humongous what?
Humongous dick.
Humongous what?
What?
Humongous what?
Hold on. Oh, John won again in a grappling match. Hell yeah. There's a comp going on.
Oh, the...
Adelaide one.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be a good time to go back to jiu-jitsu a little bit after that. Once everyone's over the saltiness and there's no competition on the horizon.
Yeah. Saltiness, you're not going?
Saltiness of losing,
Us?
if you lose.
No, like, we're winning golds now, apparently.
Oh, that's... So, the non-saltiness then. So you don't want to be in a dojo after if someone loses a competition.
You don't want to be, you don't want to be the dojo if you lose, yeah. And he is interested. Okay.
Sorted.
Hmm?
Sorted.
Sorted. So you're gonna train Monday?
Monday.
Jiu-jitsu.
Back still fucked.
Jiu-jitsu. Okay,
Jiu-jitsu.
fucked is fine. Jiu-jitsu is no gi anyway.
Jiu-jitsu. I don't know when I'm going to return. Maybe when I'm pain-free.
Maybe. Yeah. It sucks that like I've been on and off on it this year. It's kind
I've
of
been just
frustrating.
off it.
Huh?
I've just been off it.
You've just been off it. Like, I just hate how I like, I think it's because of the shift work and also because I take on too much. But
You're doing too much, Matt.
yeah,
You're doing too much at any time.
Anytime Fitness.
No, not Anytime Fitness, Matt.
Yeah. I don't have a membership there.
Shame.
Shame.
Yeah.
Mm.
Can't come see all the LED lights.
I went there
The
the other
68
day.
million mirrors.
Just feels like just a gym with a high ceiling.
It's a big shed.
It is just a big shed.
Yeah. Can't wait till summer. And the big shed heats up
Yeah.
and everything melts.
Nobody will be in there.
Just me. Just in there, just,
Pumping iron.
yeah. Sweating beads.
You try like, would you ever enter a powerlifting competition?
Fuck no.
No.
No. No. I used to lift heavy when I was in high school, but that's it.
Yeah.
Never again. After I did my back.
Yeah. Lifted too heavy.
No, I was just shoveling rocks.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's where it
Never
all
shovel rocks.
began.
Never help friends with manual labour activities.
Yeah.
There's no work cover.
Shoveling rocks suck balls.
Yep.
Mm.
I was like, no, I'll be right. And I kept lifting on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, oh no, you have disc herniation. And I'm
Oh.
like,
Do you actually have disc herniation?
yeah.
Yeah.
L5S1.
Fuck. Mm. Poor dude.
Yeah.
I probably have herniation, I just don't know about it. I'll probably find down the road somewhere.
I'm like, oh, my back.
It's like, oh, there it is. Yeah. Fuck. Should we just probably like pause this now or
Yeah, probably.
probably?
So this has been a shitty afterthoughts with me and Matt. It was
Hasn't
good
been
for
that
the first
shitty.
40 minutes and then our Alzheimer's kicked in.
Yeah. Need some caffeine. Need something to eat.
Need a nap.
Need a nap.
Need Mackie D's.
Need to schlep.
Schlep time.